Okay, all right, so this lesson I'll teach everyone about the area formula of a triangle. Using trigonometry, okay? Now, area of triangle, you're probably asking like, oh, everyone know how to find the area of a triangle? That's really simple, right? Area of triangle, so I've got a triangle here. As long as we know the height and the base, and the area of the triangle will be half base and height. All right? Even year 7 students or year 8 students know how to find the area of a triangle. But then today what I'm going to show you is what happens if we don't know about height? Well, how about I know the angle and 2 of the sides, and I don't know about the height of the triangle? Can we use trigonometry to work out the area of a triangle? All right, obviously the answer is yes, we can. All right, we can work out the area of a triangle without knowing the height. All right, so the formula, I'm just going to write down the formula first, and then I'm going to show you why the formula is like this. All right, so we've got ABC, and we've got the sides A, B, and C. Okay, so say for example, we know the angle C. All right, so this is something that we know. We know the angle B, we know the side B, and we know the side A. So it's like in a triangle, it's like an SAS, side, angle, side, all right? We know the side, we've got included angle, and we've got another side, angle, side. Then the area formula for that will be area is equal to half AB sine C, all right? Half AB sine C. Now I'd like to show you why, okay? How the area is equal to half AB sine C if we know the 2 sides and we have one included angle. All right, so I'm going to prove to you. A, B, C, and we know that's A, that's something we know B, and we know angle C. All right, so how do we prove it? We start, well, area of triangle, we have to start with the height, all right? We need to know the height, otherwise we can't find the area. So I need to give you the height here, all right? So let's just draw a height from point A, and that's H. We need to know the height. So once we know the height, then the next thing we need to know is write down the formula for area, right, of triangle. So the area of a triangle that we know is half base times by the height, all right? So based on this, so the area of a triangle is half times by the base times by the height. Now let's have a look at the base. What's base? All right, the base is BC, or in this case here, base is A. All right, so the base is just A. Now what's height? Height is H, all right, that's easy, that's the height. All right, which is H. So then what we can do is we can actually rewrite a formula in terms of half AH. Now the question is, how do I turn this formula into B sine C? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the triangle on the right-hand side. And it's a right-angle triangle, so I'm just going to use a Sokotowa to do it, right? So in a triangle AC, and let's call this a D, ACD, sine C is equal to H, which is opposite, over the hypotenuse B. So H is equal to B sine C. All right, now we can rearrange it, making H as a subject, and we're going to H is going to be sine C. Once we finish that, we can move the H by doing a substitution. And then, guess what? The area now is equal to half times by A, and times by H, and this time H is B sine C, so B sine C. So we get half AB sine C. That is the area of a triangle. Without knowing the height of the triangle, we can still work out the area. All right, now something that you need to be careful is, if I use AB sine C, right, it can be any other letters, right? It can be BC sine A, it can be AC sine B. What you need to remember is the 2 sides here, all right, and then the angle must be the angle that's between the 2 sides, all right, before you use the formula. You can't do questions, all right, you can't find the area of a triangle if it's not in terms of SAS. Say for example, if the angle is this angle, All right, if I know this angle here and I'm given this side and the side there, I can't. All right, you have to use sine rule or maybe some cosine rule to work out the other angle before you can work out the answer. All right, so the calculation is pretty simple. All right, the work is straightforward. Example 1. All right, find the area of the triangle. So we've got a triangle here, and this is 60 degrees. Here's 10 centimeters, that's 12 centimeters. All right, so as you can see from this diagram here, so you've got side, angle, side, SAS. Angle is in between the two sides. All right, how do we find the area of this triangle here? Well, very, very simple. We just apply the formula. Area is equal to half times by 10 times by 12 times by sine 60. All right, if the question asks you to leave the answer in the exact solution, and that would be 60 times by sine 60, which is root 3 over 2. So the final answer will be 30 square root of 3 square centimeters. So that's it. First question, very simple, straightforward SAS. All right, now I'd like to give you a different question, all right, slightly different. So an example 2. So what happens if they don't give you a triangle in terms of SAS? What happens if they give you a slightly different one? Still this one is 10 centimeters, and let's just say this is still 12 centimeters. Then instead of telling you this is equal to 60 degrees, how about they give you the angle here, right? This angle here. I probably need to give you another side, all right, before you can work out the answer. All right, let's do this, all right? Let me say, let's just say this is equal to 40 degrees, okay? Can we work out the area of the triangle if we are given this information here? We've got a side, S, we've got a side, we've got A. It's ASS, all right? It's not SAS, all right? In that case, you can't. You can't work out the area of the triangle. We need this angle. Now the question is, can we work out this angle? The answer to that is yes, we can. Right? We can work out the angle. It's slightly difficult. What we need to do is we need to work out this angle first. All right? We need to work out this theta first before we can work out that angle there. All right? Let's just call this as alpha. The reason for that is because once you work out this angle, all right, you've got the angle here, then you should be able to work out the angle there quite easily using angle sum of triangle. Now, how do I work out the angle theta? All right, you have learned something called sine rule. We can use sine rule to do it. Angle, opposite side. Angle, opposite side. All right, we can use sine rule to do it. All right, so let's work out this angle here. 10 over sine theta is equal to 12 over sine 40. All right, so sine theta is equal to 10 sine 40 over 12. What I did is just cross multiplication, and I moved the 12 right to the other place. So therefore, theta is equal to, now we need to do the calculation using a calculator. Let's leave all the answer in the exact solution, so the nearest, not exact solution, but nearest angle, all right, degrees. So 10 sine 40 divided by 12. And then that angle is 32 degrees. Just for easy calculation, that's just to round to the nearest degree. All right, so theta is equal to 32 degrees. All right, so once we know this is equal to 32 degrees, we should be able to work out the angle up there, right? Because we need that angle to calculate the area of the triangle. All right, so the angle up there is going to be, what is that equal to? How do I find this angle? Well, you need to use, angle sum of triangles. So that becomes 180 minus 40 minus 32. All right, so that is 140 minus 32. That's 108 degrees. All right, so once we've got 108 degrees, we've got everything we need. Side, angle, side. Then we can start to work out the area of the triangle. And that is half times by 10 times by 12 times by sine 108. All right, all we have to do now is use your calculator to work out the final answer there. Sine 108. And the answer will be 57 to the nearest, all right, whole number. That is equal to 57 square centimeters. And that's how you find the area of the triangle if the question is given like this, right? So obviously the first example is really simple. Everything is given, use the formula straight away. Second example is, you don't have the information, you're missing some information. So you're going to use other properties or sine rule, or later when you learn the cosine rule, you're going to use cosine rule to find the information before you can, work out the area of the triangle. All right, I'd like to do one more question, all right? One more question. And this question should help you to understand how to find the area of any equilateral triangles, right? So there is a formula you can use. You can remember this after this example here. Example 3. So we've got equilateral triangles, right? Where all three sides are equal to each other. So that's an equilateral triangle. And we know the angle here is equal to 60 degrees. Each angle is 60 degrees. All right, because I want to generate a formula, so this time, let me just tell you this is A, that's A, that's A. They're all in terms of A. All right, so let's start with the question, right? I want to find the area of this triangle in terms of A. So area is equal to half, using the sine, area formula for trigonometry, half times by A. We're using this A, that's side. We use this angle, and we use this A again. So side, angle, side. So half times by A, sine 60 degrees. Okay, sine 60 degrees. So that gives you half times by A squared. Sine 60 is root 3 over 2. So now that's the formula. Root 3 over 4 A squared is the area of any equilateral triangle. All right, so next time, if you can memorize this formula, it will be much easier to calculate the area of an equilateral triangle. If that's equilateral triangles I have, and they provide you here is 10 centimeters, all sides are equal here. And then the question asks you, what is the area? Well, here's the area. So area will be root 3 over 4 times by 10 squared, and that becomes 25 root 3, which is 100 divided by 4, 25 square root of 3. Really simple, and you calculate the area of the triangle. All right, so these are the 3 examples I'd like to show you. It's pretty easy. Remember, you need to make sure that if you want to use the area formula, it has to be SAS. It has to be the angle that's in between two sides. You cannot calculate, a question like this one here. You can't use angle 40 to work out the area of the triangle, just because that 40 is not between the two sides. Unless you can work out the other side, then you can do it. Otherwise, you can't. All right, I'll see you next time.